Yo guys, what is going on? Nickname is just Yellow, and today this Norwegian hardcore PC gamer is gonna take you on a max graphics tour in 4K, believe it or not, through this beautiful new map here. It's not new though, it's been with Counter-Strike for the longest of times, and I will always remember the first version I ever played of it, which looked quite outdated to say the least, something you would play on a calculator by now. Anyways, today in this little video here, gonna point out the most important places that you need to remember on this map. There's a lot of new places that allow you to execute stuff very differently, and it also makes the map more balanced, more vivid, more enjoyable, and also more fun and interesting in general. Top left here, you can see a couple of windows. They will be right behind you right now. Those windows you can throw nades onto A. There will also be a little passage above up here in which you will be able to see when I move through the B side later on, in which you can actually throw nades right through. And it also allows for an easier B take and also a more tactical one, even though again there should be plenty of ways to hinder this. The yellow kind of wagons on the site itself you can actually stand on top of. Does not really give you too much of an advantage though. The maps in general has been sort of simplified, at least the A area a lot, and B has been opened up a lot more, even though again it has also been opened up for CTs. I'll get to that as soon as we pass through the areas, but there is a lot of places in which you can throw nades over. You cannot throw it over there to the left though, right above, you know, above the entrance. I already tried that, and I think that's a little bit of a shame, because it would make it very interesting in terms of decoys and, you know, just trying to be annoying, but that's not too important, is it? Anyways, back to the map here. Right in front of me right now, you will see a dark place with something red in it, in front of me now. That's where you can throw the nades through. It's gonna allow the site to be taken a lot more differently, and in total there are now then 3 places in which you can throw stuff through. Right as I'm moving here to the left corner, you can actually stand and throw nades right up into the site here itself. I would recommend to bounce them off of the silo that I'm moving. It's behind me right now, mainly so that you could essentially get the nades onto the site, because that's the only place you can get them through. Other than that, the site has been simplified a lot. I would say it makes it easier to maneuver, easier to execute, and also less annoying to play. Not to mention, there is a lot less objects around, and one of the outwatch post places has been removed, making the map just a little bit less, I guess you could say crazy, but a lot more stale and more fast to execute. Does that make any sense? Fights will happen faster, and with that comes more enjoyment. I believe that's what Valve is thinking. I'm not sure though, but that's the only thing I can think of, to be honest. And I'm not opposing it, even though again, you know, just scrapping everything that was there from before, that's kind of lame. Nevertheless, you know, shit happens, and this is actually the revival that I'm looking forward to, and I do humbly believe that this map actually needed, because to be frank, almost nobody played this old map, and it's still in the competitive pool, so what sense does that make? Here you can see that the groundwork around the sites itself has been worked on a lot, and I think that's really nice. You also get to throw things right behind you right now, above into the site itself, from this area of the T side. It's gonna be very interesting to see how people will infinitely execute the first, you know, the first site. You know, A, you got to B as well, in which I would assume that it would easier be able to right now for people to just, you know, it would be easier to take A than B, mainly because of the openness from where you spawn. Now the CC has been nerfed. There will be some footage of that in the very end, so you can look forward to that. I got some serious gameplay of that, but nevertheless, I believe that now the A site is a lot more vulnerable than it was before. I mean, it was primarily a CT map before, so I mean, come on. But still, it's kind of interesting to see how the hell this has all been made out, and it's just a pleasant surprise. The only lame thing I find with the placement of the map in the pool in terms of when you're gonna play matchmaking, you know, casual matchmaking, it's probably the actual placement in the Vanguard map group. I don't really think this map deserved to be there. It almost deserved to be above it all, or just in the regular pool. Main reason is, I would assume at least, for this map, but, you know, I'm basing this on the assumption that the map will actually stay. So with that in mind, here we got a nice little detailed view. Hopefully YouTube will not screw up the rendering of this very still shot. This is just a graphics shot so you people can get to see how nice the game actually looks on max graphics, and also this new map. I mean, the textures are new mostly. A lot of the you know, objects in general are pretty new, and so hopefully you people enjoy this video overall. Lastly, you'll get to see a little bit of the CC footage, in which it has been nerfed in a decent way, but I still find it to be a little bit too accurate. Personally, this change that you will see right here is not gonna do it for me. I'm probably gonna be just as lethal and crazy with a gun unless the damage get debuffed. Nevertheless, it's still, you know, okay, and it's gonna get interesting to see how it will pan out. Anyways, nickname is just yellow. Support is appreciated, especially a green thumb. As always, have a nice day and don't get beastified when you play.